Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. To the 12 tribes who are scattered to the four corners of the earth. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah for bringing us back for another lesson. We'll be doing Exodus 11 today. Short, to the point, sweet. But as always, there's always meat in these verses. So no long introduction or anything like that. We get straight to the word. Verse 1. Exodus 11. And Yah said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence when he shall say, when he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence all together. So let's just stop and admire the calculated savagery here of the Most High. He ain't asking Pharaoh. He ain't negotiating like some weak 501c3 preacher that we got nowadays, trying to pass the collection plate. Yah says, Yet will I bring one plague more. That's a death sentence, family. This is Yah's sovereignty on full display. I will do it. Ain't no if, ain't no maybe. And he makes it clear. Pharaoh ain't letting Israel go out of kindness. He gonna kick y'all out. Like y'all robbed his grandmama. That's what he gonna do, family. He gonna be so shook from his plague, he gonna be begging you to leave. This is America. This is Europe. This is the Caribbean. Spiritual Egypt. They don't want to let us go now, do they? You think these nations are going to stop oppressing us with a ballot box and a protest, people? Please. Yah is going to have to wreck shop just like he did back then. Only this time, it's not just Egypt. It's the whole damn earth. As it says in Isaiah 14, 3 and 4. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yah shall give thee rest from thy sorrows. Skip down. Why? That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. All these nations. Happened back then. Now we in spiritual Babylon. All these nations. Can you understand that, family? This plague is foreshadowing of the global judgment coming in the second Exodus. And it's personal. Yah's about to go for their firstborn. That's a direct hit to their future, their inheritance, their legacy. You don't touch a man's seed unless you're trying to end his bloodline. Yah ain't playing fair, family. He playing righteous. So what is the Most High trying to tell you? Stop trusting in man. Yah will deliver you, not democracy. Stop expecting justice from the unjust, these heathen. Pharaoh ain't gonna change his heart until Yah crushes it. These nations ain't gonna let you go. No reparations, no nothing until the Most High crush they pride. And what is he doing systematically today? Crushing they pride, blow by fucking blow, killing their kids, drowning their kids, burning their kids. Wildfires again. Y'all see them floods in Texas, New Mexico. Whole houses being dragged along these rivers. Their entire sustenance gone in an instant. That's why they call it flash floods. It happens in an instant. That's how the Most High's judgment is. Came out of nowhere and stayed. Historic rains. Drowned a whole bunch of people. Still over 100 people missing in Texas. Assumed to be dead. This is how he is going to crush their pride. You going out there protesting ain't gonna do lickety split. Not a damn thing, family. Keep your ass in the house. Sit down and let the Most High cook, please. All you gonna do is get in the way. Understand, your power comes from Yah's promises, not your paycheck. Too many of y'all worried about your paycheck. Yah's about to flip the whole damn system, family. And when he does, we getting kicked out with compensation, just like Egypt. So let's look at verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. Speak now in the ears of the people. The Most High tells Moses to speak directly to the Israelites. This is no backroom priest convo, family. This is a national announcement. Why? Because Yah wants every man and woman in Israel to be personally involved in their own deliverance. This ain't a Moses show. This is a nationwide announcement. Movement, family. And check it. Yah speaks through Moses, not some Egyptian diplomat here. He don't speak through Pharaoh. He speaks to his chosen vessel, to his chosen people, because this is family business. You ain't gonna hear this from Donald Trump. You ain't gonna hear this from whatever president is over your country. You gonna hear this from your own people. And you are hearing it. You're hearing it from me. The question becomes, what you gonna do with the message? Are you gonna heed the message, or are you gonna do whatever the hell you wanna do? Y'all don't whisper his plans to these heathen, family. All these people keep saying, oh, I talked to God last night. Bunch of lies, family. They all lying to you. Stop listening to them. They don't know nothing. They guessing. They making it all up on the spot. And they stealing your money in the process. He gives the game to his prophets, his people, his chosen people. And he expects you to listen. Moses is the mouthpiece, and Israel better have their ears open, or else they gonna get judged right along with the heathen when that time comes. So Yah says, let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor. Now let's deal with the borrow nonsense here. This ain't borrowing like you taking sugar from your next door neighbor, family, and bringing it back. This is Yah ordained wealth transfer. You think Yah told them to ask for gold and then return it next week? Fuck out of here. This is a legal extraction of payment for over 400 years of free labor under the Egyptian boot. It's reparations, not through a vote, not through a lawsuit, not through GoFundMe, but through divine instruction. Yah said, get what's yours before you leave out of here. Which fulfills what he promised Abraham back in Genesis 15, 13 and 14. And also that nation, singular, whom they shall serve, Egypt, will I judge, which we reading about. And afterward shall they come out with great substance. He told Abraham this centuries prior. This is the fulfillment of prophecy. We were enslaved in Egypt. And when Yah brought us out, he made sure we didn't leave empty-handed. Also notice how both men and women are told to go get it. This shows the entire nation is involved in this wealth transfer, family. Ain't no gender neutrality here. Every Israelite is about to cash out. If you're a part of this remnant, you about to cash out, family, if you stay truthful, if you stay faithful to the end. Now, why gold and silver here? Why not bread, livestock, or land? Because gold and silver, family, are the foundation of real wealth. Not fiat currency, not crypto, not credit cards today. Yah is showing us how real economic power is built. This ain't just jewelry, family. This is currency. This is value. This is symbolic restitution. These riches weren't just for fashion statements. They were used to build the tabernacle, to represent royalty, and to establish economic independence for the nation of Israel back in those days. So let me say this loud for the folks in the back. Yah ain't against riches. He's against trusting in them. But when you walk in righteousness, he'll give you the riches of the wicked, as Solomon tells us in Proverbs 13 and 22, where he says the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. All these heathen, they got all this money, but guess what they doing? Guess what they doing, family? They keeping it nice and warm for us. The Egyptians have been hoarding wealth on the backs of Israelite slavery, just like they do today. And now Yah says, give it up, like he gonna do in our time. Just like he's gonna say to all these nations when it's time to gather up the remnant and roll out of here. So we break it down to today. A lot of y'all think the Most High forgot about the transatlantic slave trade, the lynchings, the labor camps, the mass incarceration. That's why he ain't just going to deliver us spiritually, family. He going to deliver us economically. You're going to come out of Babylon with bags. And not because you begged, but because Yah commanded it. But here's the kicker, family. If you ain't walking in righteousness, you ain't going to be part of that wealth transfer. You'll be watching from the sidelines while the real elect cash in, while you get your head beat in. That's what's going to happen to you. Are y'all prepared for that? So we go to verse 3 here. What we got? And Yah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. So y'all better catch what it said at the beginning. It don't say Israel earned favor. It don't say they negotiated. It don't say they kissed up, assimilated, or marched with signs that said we are human too. No, it says Yah gave them favor. This is raw, family. Favor comes from the Most High. These Egyptians just watched their economy collapse, their livestock die, their water turn to blood, their gods get humiliated, and now they suddenly have favor for Israel. Make it make sense. You think that's natural? That's divine manipulation, family. When Yah wants you favored, you get favored, period. He can bend the heart of your enemy like a pipe cleaner. That's divine chess. And he's been 20 moves ahead since Genesis 1:1, family. And you better believe he's still doing it today. You ever wonder how some of our people rise up in the system? Why a brother from the hood suddenly gets a seat at the corporate table? Why a sister with locks in the Hebrew name gets a promotion over Becky with the MBA? That ain't luck, family. That ain't diversity hire. That's Yah playing puppet master. Placing his chosen where he wants them, when he wants them, for his purpose. And when the second Exodus comes, the same favor is going to be the reason these nations hand over their wealth and beg us to leave. Isaiah 60:10, for in my wrath I smote thee, talking about you, Israel, so-called black people, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. So you better learn to seek Yah's favor, not man's approval. This ain't about being liked, family. It's about being chosen. So Moses became very great. The same Moses who just a few chapters ago was a fugitive, a shepherd, a stuttering exile, is now very great in the land of Egypt. Who did that? Yah did that. This is what happens when you walk in your calling. Yah elevates his servants, even in the middle of oppression. This is a sovereign promotion. This ain't Moses trying to build his brand or start a podcast. This is Yah taking a man who was nothing in the eyes of Egypt and making him a living legend. 1 Samuel 2:7-8. Look at this. Yah maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low, lifteth up. Look at that. Daniel 2:21. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. Yah is the only one who promotes and demotes, family. Pharaoh got the title, but Moses got the power because Yah put it on him. This is a preview of how Yah is going to exalt his remnant in the last days. 144,000, family. Ring a bell? You look weak now, black people. You in the hood now. You the tail now. But when Yahushua cracks that sky, you're going to be very great in the earth. And he was very great in the eyes of who? In the sight of Pharaoh's servant and in the sight of the people. This right here is a dagger in the heart of the system. The establishment, Pharaoh's own servants, now respect Moses. The common people honor him too. This is a divine reversal of power structures. Moses, the man they once feared or mocked, is now the one they revere. Why? Because Yah made it that way. Psalm 75:7. But Yah is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. Yah is showing the world that when he chooses a man, a people, or a nation, nobody can block the shine. No system, no pharaoh, no military, no policy. He turns the tables. He flips the script. He humbles the proud and exalts the meek. That's his sovereign style, family. And ain't nobody, no heathen, no cracker, no goddamn Asian, no African, no so-called Middle Eastern, no whatever. Nobody can stop it. It's why you can go to work and nobody fuck with you. Bosses give you compliments. You ain't even doing nothing. You just doing what you do normally. And they can't stop gloating over you. They can't stop complimenting you, speaking positively of you. I deal with it every day at work, family. I do the most basic shit, and these heathen think I just did build a rocket ship. That's favor, family. So how do you guys take it away today? What can you take away from this in your life today? Because a lot of y'all walking around feeling like you ain't nothing because the world treats you like trash. So you need to understand that Yah is the one who sets reputations. Yah is the one who gives influence. Yah is the one who makes kings out of nobody. Look what he did with me. Turned me into what this is today, a teacher. I was nothing. I was an atheist. Pure garbage. And he shined me up and turned me into a vessel of honor. He did that, not me. Yah is the one who makes all this happen. You don't need clout. You need covenant. You don't need followers, family. You need favor. You don't need degrees. You need divine backing from him. And when he flips this system, and he will, you'll go from being despised to being exalted before the same people who once mocked you. Look at Zephaniah 3:19-20. I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame, family. Who's doing that? He says, I will get them praise and fame. I will. Yah will. They hate you now, but he gonna give you praise and fame. Wherever you go, they gonna be touching you. They gonna want to be around you. They gonna want to talk to you. They gonna be bending the knee, kissing your feet, kissing your hand, touching your hair, touching your skin, like they do today. But it's gonna be global, family. The Most High gonna put it on their heart to do it. So you better believe it. So stop trying to fit in, black people. You were meant to stand out. Stop chasing validation. You were meant to be venerated by Yah, not man. That's where you get your validation from. Him. Not these flesh and blood humans who gonna die. Stop fearing the system. The same people that oppress you will soon honor you when Yah flips the world upside down. Understand that as we move to the 4th verse. We done seen the Most High hand out favor, clout, and reparations back in verses 2 and 3. But now we stepping into the domain of judgment. Lethal judgment. No parable, no metaphor. This is Yah pulling out the sword, and he ain't swinging it slow. And Moses said, thus said Yah, about midnight, when I go out into the midst of Egypt. Hold up here. Let this verse detonate in your spirit. So Moses said this. So let's stop it. Moses ain't speaking for himself. This ain't some I had a dream type of speech. He's relaying the word straight from Yah. Straight from the throne room. That phrase, thus saith Yah, ain't poetic. It's a military declaration. Let me say it clear, family. When a prophet says, thus saith Yah, you better back up, shut the fuck up, and watch the heavens move, because it's not about Moses. It's about the sovereign king who puts words in his mouth. As Jeremiah says in verse 9 of chapter 1. Then Yah put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yah said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. Moses is just the amplifier, family. The real voice belongs to the Most High. And when it speaks, mountains shake, nations tremble, and the proud fall. Y'all thought Pharaoh was in charge. You thought America was in charge. You thought your oppressor had the final say. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. This ain't Pharaoh's world. This ain't Biden's world. Trump's world. This ain't NATO's world. This is Yah's world. And he's making that crystal clear. Psalm 33, 10 and 11. Yah bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of Yah standeth forever. Whatever he say goes, family. No matter what that fat ass nigga Trump say, whatever he say, whatever Yah say goes. These heathen want to lynch and kill your black ass every second. But what Yah say goes. They can't do shit unless the Most High say go. You ain't got no fucking free will. Stop saying this bullshit. Y'all saying I run this motherfucker. You a pawn, a chess piece on my board. So you better start acting like it. I'm talking to you Israelites too, because a lot of y'all still thinking y'all doing your own shit. No, you ain't. Y'all run this. Y'all run your mouth. Y'all run your choices. Y'all runs where you go. So you better recognize, because he'll throw your ass out. So when he says something, it ain't no possibility, family. It's a guarantee. This is the sovereign king issuing a royal decree. I'm about to take a walk through Egypt, and I ain't coming to sightsee. Now, why he going out at midnight? Because midnight is the darkest hour, family. It's when men sleep, when the world is quiet, when no one expects judgment. It's the moment judgment hits undetected and unstoppable. Midnight is when Yah moves in stealth. And by the time you realize it, it's already too late. Job 34:20. In a moment shall they die, And the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away. And the mighty shall be taken away without hand. Oh yeah, he been doing this, family. Midnight is when Yah snatches the souls of the proud. He don't need a weapon. He don't need no army. He needs a moment. And more importantly, this ain't Moses executing this judgment. Yah said, I will go out. That's why the Most High is going to walk through Egypt. Let it sink in. He ain't sending no angel, not delegating a hitman. I will go out. This is the Most High stepping off the throne, moving through the enemy territory, saying time to collect. This is divine invasion, not no spiritual metaphor. Yah saying I'm entering enemy land personally. Isaiah 42:13, Yah shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. This is the Lion of Judah on the prowl. And just like he walked through Egypt, best believe he gonna walk through modern Egypt, America, Europe, and every nation that laid hands on his people. And when he walks through, you better believe bodies gonna drop as we see the day. Systems gonna collapse as we start to see the day. And the world gonna know this is the judgment of Yah. They gonna come to see that real soon, family. By the end of this year, you will see it. These heathen gonna know. This ain't about some ancient Egyptians, family. This is about you. The real descendants of Jacob, scattered in America, Caribbean, West Africa, Brazil, UK, and beyond. This is the Most High reminding you that he's watching the affliction. He's planning your release. He's about to walk through your enemy's land and bring it to his knees. And guess what? Midnight is coming again. This is not historical, family. This is prophetic. Egypt was the prototype. America is the replica, and the rest of these nations. And just like Yah walked through Egypt in judgment, he gonna walk through Babylon and leave it in ashes, as Isaiah said in 13:9. Behold, the day of Yah cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. Are you understanding, family? Is it making sense to you? I hope it's making sense. Powerful shit. 10 verses, but powerful when you break it down. This is when the firstborns die. So let's break it down. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. All the firstborn, family. He ain't say a little bit. He ain't say something here, something there. All of them. Do you know what that means, family? This isn't about no social status. Ain't no bank account. No military power that can protect you from Yah's decree. This is non-negotiable judgment here. Who said it? Yah did. Who enforces it? Yah. Who can stop it? Nobody. Yah already told you in Deuteronomy 32:39, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive. Let it sink in. The Most High is a sovereign assassin. He don't miss. He don't need a sword. He don't need a hitman. He speaks and death shows up like an obedient servant. And this judgment isn't random. It's measured, targeted, prophetic. Yah is touching the firstborn because in ancient culture, my people, the firstborn represents power, inheritance, continuity, and future. So what is Yah really saying? I'm not just killing sons. I'm killing your dynasty. So he focused on Pharaoh first. He starts at the top. He don't want to warm up with the peasants. He goes straight for the throne room. Pharaoh's own heir, the one who was supposed to carry on the empire, is on the hit list. You think Pharaoh's gods can protect his son? You think his magicians can reverse this curse? You think his throne makes him untouchable? No! Yah's making a statement. I am the king. You ain't nothing but a prop. Isaiah 40, 23, 24. That bringeth the princess to nothing. To nothing. To nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. This is the Most High flexing. No flex. Oh. No flex. Oh. What's he flex? His absolute rule over everything. You want to harden your heart against him? Fine. But your son, your next generation is going to pay for your rebellion. But guess what? The Most High made him harden his heart. Oh my goodness, it's cold. It's cold, family. This word is ice cold. Perfect for a summer day. Then he continued on to the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill. Yah says here, don't get it twisted, nigga. I'm not just coming for the elite, I'm coming for the entire system. From the palace to the projects. From the throne to the grindstone. From Pharaoh's mansion to the poor woman working the mill. Every class of Egyptian is on notice. Ecclesiastes 5 and 8. Solomon says, he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Translation, family, you think your oppression is hidden. That y'all forgot the low-level servants. Nah, he see it all. And he gonna balance every scale. This is total judgment across the entire social structure of these heathen. Y'all is saying ain't nobody innocent in this oppression. Y'all all benefited from the backs of my people. So now everybody's firstborn gonna pay. Even the firstborn of the beast. Even the beasts. You already know, y'all said I'm shutting down the system on every level. Even the livestock, which represented their economic power, family, their agriculture and daily survival, is not spared. See, this ain't just about death, family. This is about erasing confidence, crushing pride, dismantling the engine of Egypt's economy. This is the final plague because Yah is doing what no human revolution could ever do. He's ending an empire with one decree. No armies, no weapons, just divine wrath. Psalm 135 and 6. Whatsoever Yah pleased, that did he in heaven and in the earth, in the seas, and all deep places. When he wants to take down a nation, family, he don't need no tanks. He needs a word only. And when that word goes out, it don't come back void. Woo! All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah. Powerful. Look around you, Israel. We in modern day Egypt, aka America, and their international cousins. And just like ancient Egypt, they've built their kingdoms off your free labor, off your broken families, off your stolen inventions, off your blood in the streets. And just like Egypt, they refuse to let you go. They want your culture, they want your music, they want your slang, your soul, but not your freedom. So guess what? Y'all gonna walk through this Egypt too. And he ain't just coming for the system. He coming for their future, their children, their dynasties, their economic power, their identity. Jeremiah 30 and 16, look at this. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. Every one of these heathen gone away. And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. You think slavery went unpaid? You think y'all forgot about all the things these heathen did to you? The sterilizations, the redlining, the shootings? No. This ain't over. It's just heating up. This is the climax of justice, family. This is the sovereign judge delivering the death sentence. And when he says all, he means all. If you are on the side of the oppressor, black people, and a lot of y'all are, because y'all see them as the authority, because y'all don't believe in the Most High Yah. If you are on the side of them, prepare for loss. That's why your kids dying in the streets. That's why you're getting fired from your job. You're becoming homeless. Because you are on the side of the losers, of the villains. If you're on the side of Israel, the truth, the remnant, walk in obedience, and prepare for deliverance. How do you prepare? This word, family. That's how you prepare. Warning the people, warning your people, keeping your garments clean, following these commandments and statutes. And staying the fuck out this system. So let's hit up verse 6, huh? We already walked through the reparations, the divine elevation in verse 3, the cold-blooded death notice in verses 4 and 5. But now we hit the 6th verse here, the emotional climax of the judgment. Let's read it. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. This ain't poetic, family. This is gut-wrenching, blood-curdling horror. This cry is not symbolic, it's literal. Mothers wailing, fathers screaming, brothers in shock, sisters collapsing under grief. This is mass trauma, and it's not coming from war or famine. It's coming from Yah himself. See, Yah didn't just want to kill the firstborn. He wanted the nation to feel the loss, to be haunted by it, to remember it for the rest of their miserable days. Jeremiah 25 and 30, look at this. Yah shall roar from on high, skip over. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. So Yah's judgment comes with a sound. It's not silent, it's loud. He wants the world to hear the cost of messing with his people. And don't miss this though. This cry ain't coming from Israel. This cry comes from the oppressor. That's the reversal. Israel cried for 400 years of this Egyptian slavery, and now it's Egypt's turn to scream. It's gonna happen in all the land. This ain't a regional tragedy, family. This ain't one city. This is nationwide devastation. From Pharaoh's palace to the poorest hut, the cry is synchronized. You ever seen the nation cry at the same time, family? No, because this kind of judgment only happens when Yah steps in directly. Amos 3 and 6 reminds you, shall there be evil in the city, and Yah hath not done it? What a devil at? Y'all keep talking about a devil, Satan, Lucifer. What a hell he at in this goddamn verse? It don't exist because Yah does it all. Stop looking for a scapegoat so you can escape accountability, you weak ass niggas. That's why y'all bring up a devil. Oh, the devil made me do it. No, nigga, you did it because you're an evil, rebellious nigga. I had to come to terms with that when the Most High showed me the truth. I had to come to terms with I was the one who did all the wickedness. I was the one who performed all the rebellion. It was me. No devil, no demons, me. And when you understand that, family, then the Most High can truly work with you. But a lot of y'all don't want to get that because you don't want to take accountability for the bullshit that you do, even when you're in the truth. Oh yeah, I said it. Some of y'all toes getting stepped on today. I don't give a fuck. Sit in it. Look at your reflection. The Most High tired of y'all niggas. Tired of y'all running from accountability. We run from accountability so much as a nation. Hit somebody with some correction and they fucking run. Lash out like a bitch. Lash out like a toddler when you take away their toy. Because they don't want to see themselves in a bad light. But God damn it, I'm showing every motherfucker I see their reflection. I don't care how mad you get, you gonna see yourself today, Negro. Yah takes full credit for all of this. No angel gets the glory. No natural disaster gets the blame. This is the Most High flexing on an entire empire in real time. And you best believe he gonna do it again in modern Egypt today. He's saving up that judgment like a spiritual nuke, and when it hits, family, the whole system gonna cry out just like Egypt did. Yah says this cry will be unmatched in history. That means this won't be like a wailing at a funeral, family. This won't be even like the ones crying during a natural disaster. This is divinely induced anguish. designed to make every Egyptian know that they mess with the wrong nation. Isaiah 47:3, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Yah said, I ain't coming like no mortal. I'm coming in divine form. And when I hit your ass, the whole world gonna feel it. This cry ain't just pain. It's recognition, family. For what? It's the sound of a nation realizing we touched the apple of his eye and now we cursed. And after that happens, it says, nor shall it be like it anymore. That's the bar, family. That's the mic drop. Y'all said this is a one-time event. Ain't nothing in your history gonna match this. And nothing in your future will either. Why? Because this ain't just about Egypt. This is about setting a precedent for the nations. He making Egypt the poster child of divine vengeance. Because as I've shown you, Romans 9:17 before. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee. So Yah raised Pharaoh just to destroy him publicly, family. Ain't that something? Look at all these nations. Powerful, strong, all raised so he can destroy him publicly. Putin gonna get destroyed publicly. Xi Jinping, whatever, that nigga over China gonna get destroyed publicly. America, and whoever the president is at the time, gonna be destroyed publicly. And all the rest of these other nations gonna be destroyed with the world seeing. He used Egypt as a spiritual billboard, family, to say, if you mess with my people, this is what's coming for you. And this is why the nations today tremble when they even think about the Bible being real. Because they know if Israel is who we really are, then they Egypt and midnight coming. Whoo! Oh, praises. Powerful shit. Understand this if you are hearing the sound of my voice. How does that equate to today? You've been crying for 400 plus years, family. A millennia if you're the Northern Kingdom. Through the transatlantic slave trade. The Arab slave trade. The Silk Road slave trade. Oh yeah, they don't talk about that one that much, do they? That's how we got over there in Asia, family. Through Jim Crow. Through mass incarceration. Through police brutality. Through generational poverty. Through forced sterilizations. Through watching your sons get shot and your daughters get snatched. But y'all heard every single cry. Exodus 3:7, I have surely seen the affliction of my people. Skipping down and have heard their cry. Now he's flipping the script, family. Now it's their turn to cry. And when it happens, it won't be a protest. It won't be a riot. It won't be a CNN headline. It will be Yah himself walking through the land. And the only sound you gonna hear is the howl of judgment. Revelation 18:8. Look what it says. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. That's modern Egypt's cry, family. Coming soon to a nation near you. All praises. Verse 7. Verse 7. The divine mic drop here. After all the death and devastation Yah just declared on Egypt, the screams, the funerals, the shattered dynasties, he flips the script and shows you the other side of the coin, Israel's protection. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yah doth put a difference between Egyptians and Israel. Who? The children of Israel, family. Not humanity. Not the faithful believers, not whosoever will, not Moab, not Edom, not Egypt, not spiritual Gentiles, the children of Israel. That's you, so-called black man and woman, scattered across the earth, the real descendants of Jacob, the ones the world forgot, the ones Christianity tried to replace with a European doctrine of inclusion, but Yah ain't confused. He knows who his children are. Joel 2:27, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, skipping down, and my people shall never be ashamed. That's you, black folk, because who ashamed now? We are, but not no more. This verse is showing you the favor, the separation, and the identity that comes with being Israel. And in the worst hour of judgment, you gonna be untouched. Woo! Y'all better get in this book and read. Y'all said, shall not a dog move his tongue. This part right here is straight divine gangster talk. OG talk right here, family. Y'all said not even a dog gonna bark at you. You know how serious that is? That's like saying not even the smallest, loudest, most annoying creature gonna dare make a sound against my people when I come through. Let's break it down, family. Come on. Culturally, dogs were viewed as unclean, lowly animals in ancient times. Spiritually here, this is Yah saying, I'm putting such a level of fear and respect around my people that even the lowest thing in the land knows not to mess with them. Psalm 105, 14, 15. He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Yah is putting a protective force field around Israel while death is sweeping through the land. That's sovereign security, family. You can't buy that. You can't earn that. That is inheritance protection. Sorry, heathen. Sorry, Gentiles. Oh, well. You on the outside looking in. Against man and beast, he says. Yah said, don't even look at my people sideways. Not their sons, not their cattle, not their sheep, not even their chickens. Nothing. Why is this important, family? Why is the Most High saying this? Because Yah is showing that his protection is total. It don't stop at your body. It extends to your household. It extends to your property, your land, your possessions. When you are walking in covenant with him, everything you touch is shielded, as it says in Deuteronomy 28 and 4. Look at this. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle. You see that? That's generational, economic, and territorial protection over all your shit. Yah don't just bless you, he blesses your entire ecosystem. So he says right there, at the end of this verse, Yah put a difference between Egyptians and Israel. Boom, goes the dynamite. This is the key line. This is what the whole verse, the whole chapter, the whole Exodus narrative is about. Yah makes a difference. He don't treat everybody the same, even though they will tell you that. He don't judge all nations equally. He don't hand out mercy like candy on Halloween. He make distinctions, family, and that distinction is rooted in covenant. Look what it says, Malachi 3:18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth Yah and him that serveth him not. Yah is showing the world, these are mine, those are not. And when I move, I make it obvious. This is a death blow to that weak-ass Eurocentric God loves everybody the same. This is why they don't touch the Old Testament, family. Because they know it ain't about them. They could try to sneak in with the Gentiles in the New Testament, but they can't sneak in this one. They can't sneak in the Old Testament. They know it ain't about them. They understand. That's why they keep their distraction on the New Testament. If Yah loves everybody the same, why is he killing Egypt's children and sparing Israel's? Make it make sense, family. This will shut down every Christian in their steps. Because he's not about equality. He's about covenantal exclusivity. This is a private club, and you ain't invited if you ain't a descendant of Jacob. Or if you want to be a coon and want to be with the other nations, you ain't invited either. So you think when the next round of plague hits, economic collapse, civil war, natural disasters, more judgment, that everybody gonna suffer the same? That's what they tell you. Absolutely not, family. The Most High is about to make it painfully obvious who his people are. And in the midst of chaos, the elect of Israel gonna be protected, preserved, and elevated. Look around you now, family. Who's dying through all these disasters? Heathen. Who's the ones that died in them floods in Texas last week? Heathen. In New Mexico. Heathen. Who suffered the most during them wildfires in California? Heathen. These wildfires that's been going across the country. heathen. These tornadoes that go through the land, heathen. Hurricanes, heathen. Any occasional Israelites, if you are not in covenant. But the majority is heathen, family. The Most High killing them off one by one. While they scramble for food, you will be fed. While they cry in fear, you will be calm. While they bury their dead, you will dance in delivery. Isaiah 65, 13 and 14. Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Skipping down, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Yah's about to put the world on notice. I make a difference. I choose Israel, and I protect what's mine. Woo! You got food in your fridge? Thank the Most High. You got money in your pocket? Thank the Most High. Because the heathen out there, they struggling. They are struggling. Just go look at TikTok. They have never seen this before. Their grandmama and granddaddy did not prepare them for this. They've been told they've been special because they got the white skin, they got the privilege. The Most High is revoking that privilege as we speak, family, and giving it to who? Us. That's why you ain't affected by all of this. This is why I have no fear about all the things that are going around me. Because I know the Most High doth make a difference between the Israelite and the Egyptian. What you scared for, Israel? If you're in this truth, a part of this remnant, what you scared for? You covered if you walking in obedience with the Most High Yah. Some of y'all fearful out there. Y'all better get it together. Most High don't deal with no cowards. He will throw your ass out there. If you don't got no faith in him that he could protect you, he the creator of the universe. You don't think he can protect you? This man created the whole world with a mouth, with a voice, with words. You don't think he can protect you? Whew. Let's keep it moving. Verse 8. The verse where the oppressor drops to his knees, where the pride gets body slammed, and the so-called king of the world gets turned into a trembling little man begging for mercy. Let's read it. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. Whew. Moses ain't talking about peasants here. He's talking to Pharaoh and telling him, your servants, your royal advisors, military commanders, economic officials, they gonna come crawling to me. Understand this cosmic disrespect here, family. The same Moses who was once a fugitive, the same Moses who couldn't even speak right, the same Moses who was once rejected by his own people is now the man, the elite of Egypt, gotta come and kneel before. Woo! 1 Samuel 2 and 8, look at this. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. Skip down to what? Set them among princes. My goodness. Whew. Y'all see that? And y'all don't got faith out there. Y'all showing us what true reversal looks like. This ain't no bootstrap story. This is divine elevation. Y'all took Moses from nobody to nation shaker. And now the power structure has come down to him. Notice that word, come down. That's not just physical, family. That's spiritual descent. They're being humbled. They're literally beneath Moses now. Woo-hoo! They're going to be under your feet, family. He said, and bow themselves unto me. Bow down. Don't spiritualize that. Don't soften it. Don't sugarcoat it, Christians. This is literal subjugation. The proud nation that enslaved Israel is now bowing to the prophet of the slaves. This is prophetic fulfillment of what Yah promised from the start. Genesis 12 and 3. I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. Isaiah 49:23 too. And kings shall be thy nurses, and fathers, skip down, they shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth. Yah is executing his promise with precision. This isn't just about Israel leaving Egypt. This is about Egypt acknowledging who Israel is. Bow down, that's honor. That's fear. That's Yah saying, before I release my people, I want y'all to submit to them first. This is the first taste of dominion, family, Israel gets before they hit the wilderness. Before we go back to the land. A preview of the kingdom. Just a little taste of what's coming when Yahushua returns and the whole world bows to his people. They're going to be saying, get thee out. Let's talk about how deep this is. Pharaoh was holding on to Israel like a greedy dog with a bone. We know this. He refused to let them go. 10 plagues deep, still hardened. But now, get out. They're not just allowing Israel to leave, they begging for it. Psalm 66:3. Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee. Look how all these verses come together, family, when you can put the Bible together. Puzzle pieces. Pop, 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 pop. This ain't negotiation, as I told you. This is forced submission. The Most High forcing them to bow down. This is when your enemies realize you're carrying the wrath of the Most High, and now they want you gone before more judgment fall. And don't miss this part here, and all the people that follow thee. Yah is showing that Moses, and by extension Israel, is now the leader of a movement, not a mob. He's not just a man anymore. He's a deliverer, a prophet, and a symbol of divine power. Moses finished, and after that I will go out. Now this is the part that shows you Moses ain't nobody's puppet. He doesn't say, please let us go. He doesn't say, thank you for releasing us. He says, after y'all bow down and beg, then I'll leave. That's power. That's dominion. Not just leaving on his own terms. Ecclesiastes 8:4, where the word of a king is, there's power. Moses is speaking like a king because Yah elevated him above the kings of the earth. This is what it looks like when the Most High flips the tables and makes the tail the head. Whew. Blowing my mind here, family, when I comb through this. Blowing my mind still as I read it out loud. All this shit disconnects. We waiting on something that's already about to happen. Shortly, we already in these plagues. Now we waiting for this part here when they bow down. But the Most High gotta continue to beat them up first. Moses went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. Yes, yes, and yes. This ain't a peaceful conversation. This ain't a diplomatic exchange. This is the righteous fury of Yah manifesting through his servant. Why was Moses angry? Because Pharaoh still didn't get it. After all the warnings, all the miracles, all the signs, Pharaoh still hardened his heart. Moses wasn't just mad at Pharaoh. He was reflecting the anger of the Most High. And don't get it twisted here. Yah gets angry. And when he does, empires fall. This anger is righteous indignation here, family. The kind that says, you've oppressed my people long enough. Now it's time to pay. And all we see in the nations pay for today. You think your oppressors aren't going to bow, family? You think they're not going to come down to you when the judgment hits? They will. This ain't just history. This is prophecy in motion. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Synagogue of Satan. Satan is a representation of the nations, family. The adversary. They ain't a real person. Symbol of the nations. To come and worship before thy feet. Woo! Boy, that water hit good when you in the word. Y'all gonna make the whole world acknowledge who his people are. And before full deliverance comes, there will be a season of recognition when your enemies will say, please, get the fuck out. Take your power, your culture, your God, and leave us alone. And you're going to walk away angry, but victorious. Because the system that once laughed at your black ass, imprisoned your black ass, and tried to erase your black ass, will now be on its knees, begging for you to go. He gonna make your enemies bow, family. Not might, will. So get your mind right, black people. The day is coming when the world will say, get thee out. And all the people that follow thee, we waiting for it. Verse 9. We still cooking here, family. The verse where the Most High looks Moses dead in the face and says, yup, Pharaoh's son ain't gonna listen. And guess what? I planned it that way. Let's read it. And Yah said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. My goodness, boy, I tell you, the Most High is cold, colder than the other side of the pillow. The Most High is speaking directly now to his prophet here. This is divine intimacy here. He talking straight to him. Yah doesn't send a memo. Doesn't go through an angel. He speaks face to face because Moses is his servant. His chosen deliverer, his mouthpiece to the nations. Numbers 12 and 8 says, with him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. Y'all don't leave his chosen confused. So when it looks like the enemy is winning, or when your oppressor seems like he's got the upper hand, Yah will pull you to the side and say, don't trip, I got it. This is Yah giving Moses clarity in the middle of chaos. Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you. This right here should have you shouting in your spirit. Yah is saying, yeah, I know he ain't gonna listen. And here's a twist though. That hard heart, that rebellion, that's mine, I did that. We already read it, family. Exodus 4:21, I will harden his heart that he shall not let the people go. Romans 9:18, he hath mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will, he hardeneth. Let that marinate for a second. Pharaoh ain't resisting because he's strong. He resisting because Yah programmed him to. Y'all understand that? This is a video game. This whole earth is a video game, a simulation, a matrix. And Yah programmed each and every one of us. We are walking computers with software. Some have the awakening101.exe file open, and the rest are in eternal slumber. They don't got the latest update. They going out of business. They going out of style. They're going to become obsolete. Is that what happened? When you don't update your computer, it becomes obsolete and vulnerable to viruses, vulnerable to exploits. That's the majority of the world, family. They going out of style. And eventually, they'll be out of commission. Because that's what they do with the old software, right? They put it out of commission. No more support. No more nothing. It's in a dustbin. And that's what the majority of the world are going towards. The dustbin. They're not going to have the Awakening 101 update. They're not going to get it. They're going to be eternally asleep forever. Hearts hardened just for the purpose of being destroyed. Woo! Woo! This is why you praise Yah when you wake up. The Most High hardened my heart. When my brother used to come to me, talk to me about the word, my heart was hard against it. But he softened me. He had mercy on me because it was already programmed in me to get the newest update. Woo! boy. You know how you schedule an update, family? When you're not awake, when you're not using the computer, you schedule an update for the morning or whatever. That's what the Most High does. He always schedules an update when you least expect it. I wasn't expecting to wake up during COVID. I was just chilling. Y'all see how all this shit just adds up? This shit just be coming to me on the spot, family, but I be wanting to tell y'all about it so y'all can see it for yourself. So why did Yah program him this way? Because Yah is not about quick fixes, family. He's about maximum glory. He wants to multiply his wonders, not just do one miracle and dip. Yah is saying, I'm letting this play out, not because I'm weak, but because I'm setting up the biggest display of power you've ever seen. So when your enemies don't move right away, family, don't cry about it. Praise Yah, because he about to show out. Woo, child. When you try to tell people and they don't listen, hey, the Most High letting it play out because he about to show out. About to make an example out of that nigga, out of that heathen. Woo! Just sit back, watch and relax, family. Now you get some new vision about this. I hope you guys are starting to look at things differently when you're out and about in the world. When you're at your job, when you're interacting with your brothers and sisters, or when you're interacting with the heathen or whatever. With this new sovereignty viewpoint, you get to understand human interaction in a whole nother view. This is the reason for the resistance, so his wonders may be multiplied. Yah says, I'm letting Pharaoh act hard, so I can act harder, so he can act harder. That word wonders ain't about pretty magic tricks. It's about acts of divine terror, miraculous destruction, supernatural displays of judgment and deliverance. Yah wants to multiply his resume in front of the nations. He wants to make sure everybody knows it wasn't Moses. It wasn't strategy. It wasn't negotiation. It was Yah's power. And the more Pharaoh resists, the more Yah stacks up his wonders like trophies on a shelf. Let's be clear. This ain't about Egypt. This ain't about Pharaoh. This is about Yah making a name for himself among the nations and elevating his people in the process. And he says it right there at the end of this statement, in the land of Egypt. Yah is specific. He didn't say in the world, he said in Egypt. Why? Because Egypt is the power center of oppression at that time. It's the land that enslaved its people, mocked his name, trusted in false gods, thought they were untouchable. So Yah says, that's exactly where I'm going to flex. I'm going to multiply my wonders in the very place that tried to bury my people. And guess what? Modern Egypt is still around. Yeah, I'm talking about America, Britain, France, Spain, all these nations that took part in the transatlantic slave trade, built empires off the backs of Jacob, and now walk around pretending like they blessed by the Most High Yah. They about to get the same treatment. Isaiah 11:16, and there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people. Skip down, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out the land of Egypt. That means Yah is about to do it again. More wonders, more plagues, more judgment, more deliverance. And that's what we're seeing right now, family. We're seeing the wonders. We're seeing the plagues. We're seeing the judgment. But now we're just waiting for the deliverance. All praises and great glory. All so the world can know you don't touch Israel and walk away clean. Whoo, 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 whoo. You wondering today, family, why your enemies still seem to be in charge, why the nations still mock your identity, why your people still at the bottom, because y'all not done flexing yet. He's letting the system resist. He's letting the nations harden their hearts. He's letting the oppression deepen. Why? So when he moves, the whole earth will shut the fuck up and watch his wonders multiply in your favor. Habakkuk 1:5, look what it says. I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. He's about to do something so massive, family, so undeniable that even your enemies gonna say, God damn, that had to be the Most High Yah. Woo! That had to be them black people's God. They gonna realize who they fucking with. All praises. So you better get your spiritual eyes open, black people. The Most High ain't done. He just getting started. And so we see in verse 10 here, the end of this chapter. You thought Yah laying out the reason behind Pharaoh's hard-heartedness was the climax. But verse 10 is the closing statement of this chapter, the signature of the contract of judgment, the spiritual period at the end of a sentence that screams the Most High run this motherfucker. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And Yah hardened Pharaoh's heart once more so that he would not let the children of Israel go out his land. So this divine tag team between Moses and Aaron. Moses and Aaron weren't just 2 old Israelites with sticks and speeches. These brothers were walking judgments in human flesh. They didn't come with swords, they came with signs. They didn't come with armies, they came with the authority of the Most High. Every plague, every staff drop, every river turned to blood, every swarm of locusts, every shout of let my people go. That was Yah's power on display through his chosen servants. Psalm 135 and 9, who sent tokens and wonders into the midst of thee, O Egypt, upon Pharaoh and upon all his servants. These weren't random miracles. These were strategic, surgical strikes, each one designed to tear down the pride of Egypt, strip their gods bare, and show the world, I am that I am. But look closely. It says they did these wonders before Pharaoh. Why? Because Pharaoh represented the entire system of oppression. He was the face of the empire. So Yah made sure every sign was done right in his face. You ever been confronted with truth so raw, family? So undeniable? And you still rejected? That's Pharaoh. That's the level of hardness we're dealing with. But don't trip. That's the point. You ever told your people, hey, show them in the book, hey, this us. You ever show them all that shit? And they still be like, man, nah, I don't believe that. That's the hardening of the heart, family. I went through it. We see Yah hardened Pharaoh's heart yet again. Same line we done seen over and over. Yah isn't even hiding it. He not trying to make Pharaoh look like a victim of his own pride. Yah took credit for it. Now why did he do this? So he could multiply his wonders, as we know. So he could make Egypt an example. So he could drag the judgment out long enough for his name to echo through generations. So again, let me say this loud for the ones in the back who fell asleep. Hey, wake up. Pharaoh wasn't in control. Neither are your oppressors today. Every delay, every denial, every system that refuses to let you rise, Yah is letting it run so he can crush it publicly. This isn't about no Pharaoh's free will. It's about Yah's divine will. And the ending of that, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Let that slap you spiritually. Pharaoh didn't let Israel go, not because he had power, but because Yah orchestrated his resistance. So let's break it down spiritually, family. The children of Israel, not no spiritual Gentiles, not no mixed multitude of nations, like the Christians tell you. Now whosoever believes, this is about the literal seed of Jacob, out of his land. He thought the land belonged to him. He thought Israel was his property. He thought he had ownership. But Yah was like, nah, homie. Nah. These are my people, and you just holding them for a moment. But I'm going to make you beg to release them. And then I'm going to break your land while you watch. Man, this verse ain't about Pharaoh's stubbornness. It's about Israel's destiny. Pharaoh didn't have the final say. Yah did. And Yah said, not yet. More wonders coming. So let me talk to you straight, Israel, before I let you go. You're looking at America, Europe, and all these modern pharaohs today, and you're wondering, why ain't they letting us go? Why do they still suppress the truth of who we are? Why is their system still standing? Because Yah said, I'm not done flexing yet. The same way he hardened Pharaoh, he's hardening these governments, these religious leaders, these institutions. Not because he can't deliver you, but because he's setting up the stage for a final blow that will shake the earth. What final blow? Jeremiah 50, 33 and 34. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Skipping over. But their Redeemer is strong. Yah is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause. Isn't that what he's doing today? Isn't that what he's doing right now? You think Yah forgot what they did to you? You think he didn't see the ships, the chains, the plantations, the broken homes, the stolen names, the lies, the white Jesus, the forced assimilation? Nah, he's letting it build. He's letting the system get real proud and real arrogant. Now they out there just marching. Neo-Nazis out there just marching. He letting it build. So when he smacks it down, the whole world gonna know this was Yah's work. The resistance of your oppressors is not a sign of defeat. It's a setup for deliverance. Yah controls both his people and our enemies. He hardens who he wants, and he frees who he chooses. The signs and wonders that you see in this chapter or in this book of Exodus and today were for Yah's glory, not Pharaoh's compliance, not these governments' compliance. The same power that brought Israel out of Egypt is about to bring you out of modern captivity today with wonders that will make the Exodus look like a warm-up. And boy, isn't it looking like crazy out there? Ain't it looking crazy? Isaiah 43, 16 through 19. Thus saith Yah, which maketh the way in the sea, and the path in the mighty waters, which bringeth forth the chariot and horse, the army and the power. They shall lie down together. Government's going down. They shall not rise. They are extinct. They are quenched as tow. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert. Yah's about to show the world again, family, that he's the God of Israel and nobody else. So I hope you guys are prepared for that. Continue to walk in obedience, family, so that you may continue to receive the divine protection of the Most High Yah, and you not take part of these sins that has fallen on Babylon today. And with that, I end my session, my lesson, my sermon. I pray you guys understood it. I pray you guys let it marinate in your spirit as the Sabbath winds down. I pray you guys enjoyed your Sabbath today. I pray you guys have a wonderful week in the name of the Most High Yah. No final music. I just want y'all to marinate in that. That's how powerful this chapter was. Until next time, family. Yah willing, we'll be back. Exodus 12. The Exodus begins. Later, fam.